Welcome to the official AFL Fantasy Podcast with the Traders.
G'day with the Traders. Thanks to Sportsbet, I'm Roy. I coach Destroy, and I'm here with Warnie.
Coach of the Warn Dogs.
And the man. Calvin.
Coach of Calvin.
The way he swags in here. Holy
no
hat.
swag.
It's
Well, he
like
told
we're
me
doing
to-
WWE entrances or something. He just busts in the door.
That's why he told me to put a bit on the intro.
I did, yes.
How'd I go with it?
Yeah, not quite enough.
No, well, I'm working on it. That was
Next
the first time. I just went, bang, see what came out.
Okay.
So, Cal, you're knocking on the door.
Oh, I'm kicking the door down, dog.
Oh, mate.
106th overall.
You're
You're
going to
ranked
be
now.
able to, you blow this door down by next week. It'll be, in I stroll.
How many points is it?
Look, I'm embarrassed.
So are we.
For everyone else.
Yes.
But how many points off top 100 are you now?
I don't look at
to
things
win
like
that
that,
hat?
dog. I'm not going for the hat. Roy, tell him.
He's going for the car.
I'm going
Okay.
for the car.
How many points
Off
is
the
it
car.
for that?
Haven't looked. I'm trying to keep a lid on it, dog.
Cal doesn't have good years. Everyone else has off years.
That's true. That's true.
Yes.
Nah, you're a machine.
Oh, well, yes, just slowly getting it done.
Killing it.
Ticking them over a little
Yeah.
bit at a time.
It's just at a point in the season too where you don't have to panic to break in.
Yeah.
Like you are just there now.
Yeah.
You just play your straight or sensible game that we tell you to play, and you stroll in.
We'll see.
So it is 5 points, Cal,
It
from
is.
the top 100, where you do win an AFL
Incredible.
fantasy hat.
And I'll tell you, dog, they missed a few of my tackles on the weekend too, Roy.
Yeah,
course
it's a
they
crime.
I'm just saying.
It's a crime.
So you
be
score 21.98.
21.98. Yes, a little bit disappointing. I would have loved the 22. But, that's
One of those
okay.
tackles
1300
would have got you there.
1300 for the week was nice. So that got you up 259 spots because you must have slid last week.
I did slide a little bit, dog. Thanks for rubbing
Roy,
it in.
you went up a couple of hundred spots as well.
Yep. So I got 21.87.
Nearly got Calvinator.
Yeah, I'm not far behind him. I'm just living in his shadow. So that got me up to 152.
See, what is this?
Knocking on the door.
I'm within reach of knocking.
Yeah. Come with me.
I will.
We'll do it
I'll
together.
just keep copying you.
Yeah.
And down I go again.
All right. And Warn Dogs wants to know about my
Yeah, they do, because
21.13.
you are fine.
I tell you, the
I
thing
think we could go a three-peat.
that stayed here, I'm not going to do that. But
I
the
think we
thing
can.
that was a good thing, I was up 198 spots, which makes my ranking increase every single week this year. So that's either good or bad because it meant that I'm coming from a long way back.
I don't think, I'm going to say it, I don't think we can, like usually content it's got who's going worst, give them a hard time, banter, but I don't think we can.
Look, and you're right.
I think he's fine.
I haven't been getting into him for ages.
I don't think you can.
There was a time there where he was that little chubby kid that never got picked to be in a team in their school.
Still
game,
a
right?
selection
Right?
in
Yeah.
the ball
He wasn't
game.
getting picked. But now, dog, you're in the team. You're back in the
You're in
game.
the team.
I
You're
don't want
the
to be
game.
in your team anyway.
Well, look at you. You're flying at the moment.
Here it is! That's what you did, Jenny. You stuck it right up them.
Baz Lenka
Lenka.
Smith, 149. He's up the most money, 475K, averaging 133 in his last three, and for the year, 119.
How about you tell him to make us his captain, Cow?
Tough matchup, dog. Tough match. You know.
149.
It certainly wasn't.
Yeah, I'm very familiar with the 149 that he had. A little tough matchup this week as well, but we'll see about that.
No such thing, is it?
No,
Tough
it isn't.
Matchup
Unbelievable.
for that ridiculously good-looking
And yes,
human.
we've all got him, and I don't know, check the Brownlow how that's tracking because he would be racking the votes.
Yeah, amazing. So mine, wow. Okay,
Roy.
hang on.
Oh, did you not have a whinge about this?
So I should have. What can I say? Pryor. He had his opportunity and he took it. He took it. 115. 14 marks. They usually just look past him,
Yep.
kick it over his head, flip him the bird, take the fine. But not this week. He took the marks and just saved me from disaster.
You wouldn't want to have traded him out like me.
Oh.
Ouch. But I held on to Reid, unlike you, Roy.
Oh, yeah.
118.
God damn.
Those bombers and those marks back there was just absolutely ridiculous. So, Yeah, thanks, Zach Reid. You will forever be a member of my back six, and you'll be coming on my trip to Bali at the end of the year, I reckon.
I reckon.
It was the most disgraceful display I've ever seen.
Because it's just not acceptable.
Look, Zach Merritt, 80 points.
Yeah.
You're worth 1.1 mil, mate. Yes, you got tagged, but James Jordan's been tagging this year, and other dudes have just been wiping him away, just going, you're no good, mate, and they just score massive points.
Did you know he's going to be tagged this week?
Yeah. Read the notes, mate. Calvin's captains, bro.
Yeah.
Wasn't even in the top.
Frico's captains.
Wasn't even in the top 10, mate. 80 points, though, from a premium, Roy.
Yeah.
That could have got me inside the top 100.
It could. I was hoping he was going to get rubbed out for you. I mean, I was,
Oh,
I was
here we
happy,
go. Here
I
we
was
go.
happy that he didn't get rubbed out for you.
Not
Never
guilty.
should have been called for that.
Not guilty.
But if there was a slight part of me that
Stop
was
it.
going to be okay with it.
You two are sick.
Welcome to Life at the Top, Cal, where we just wish your demise. Okay.
Speaking of captains,
Oh, my God. So I would be right up there knocking with you. We
Yep.
could hold hands and skip through the door.
We could.
Had I not chased Nick Daicos so hard a fortnight ago.
walk the plank, Calvinator.
So and I must admit, I bought into the untaggable must-have category that we placed him on. Nah, that was pathetic again.
Yeah.
So if he faces a bit of attention and it's someone willing to be a bit rough, injuries,
Yep, they come.
they come.
Yep.
67 from my VC that I chased and paid up for. I thought I was getting him underpriced.
Well,
It's a -3 to Nick, and he needs to do something.
he does.
Soon.
He's got to respond.
Including play this week after he's now carrying allegedly 2 niggles.
Yeah.
Now, well done to any people that got out of Caleb Daniel. 57.
Small potato.
Still even had 4 kick-ins. He only had
He needs
57
them, doesn't
points.
he?
So, yeah, not good. He's done.
Yeah, I think he is.
Yeah. I heard a content creator say in the preseason he'll average 95 plus.
Okay.
Mark it down.
Well, he might
would
have been
there.
at one point.
He would have been.
He was early.
Yeah.
He's
And
down
then
to
his
like-
last 3, and that is, see, we were probably getting disappointed with the 75 and 77 the last couple of weeks, and that we thought was a little bit about She's doing his thing back there. 57, that's his worst.
Yeah.
For
No,
the
I
year.
apologise for that.
Not good at all.
No.
All right, let's move into our next little segment here, boys. The worst part is I haven't got everything up, and I need to be
What is
organised.
it, dog?
What do you want to talk about?
The cash cows of the year, and I probably don't actually need my notes for this one because
Oh, yes.
5 votes go to Zach Reid. Well done, mate. You are a
God.
machine. 118 points. So, well, Ridley was out, and so we sort of thought this he would have had to step up, and
Yeah.
that exactly did. 14 marks, 27 disposals. I think we can safely be playing him on field.
I think so.
Can we? Can we? We can. Can we?
Captain material.
Well, you
that's
might
all.
as well get the man with 4 votes, Room, safely.
Yes.
No, not really.
No.
Play him on field, and that's Jaxon Pryor. So he had 115. So he also racked up those marks as well.
My hope-
and got involved, actually.
Well, my
which
hope
nice.
is that, so obviously it's Reid's backline now with no Ridley.
Yep.
But hopefully Pryor has been bumped up from being ignored to now a capable
I think so. Next in line.
catcher.
Yeah.
Bit of last
He's a
man
catcher.
standing there at the
Yes.
moment for the Bombers. Cow, 3 votes. Harvey Langford, he had 95. Kicked 3 snags.
He's a bucket. He's a bucket,
He's
Roy.
still got Harvey.
Yeah, still got
Oh,
Harvey.
he's good.
He is.
22 disposals, 6 marks. He was just beautiful doing that. 2 votes go to Levi Ashcroft. 84 points. Which you go, yes, excellent, well done. Do you know what he scored in the last quarter?
What?
Donut.
Did he?
Yep.
I didn't
0
think he was
point.
capable
No,
of such
neither
behaviour.
did I.
So,
Oh.
yes, thought he was on track for the back-to-back tons there.
God, let's not be tracking for a little rest.
Maybe the last quarter he did rest.
Yes.
By just
Well
not
done.
touching the
He's
football.
fine. Good to go.
And 1 vote to Saad El-Hawli. Roy, your man, 82 points.
man.
So, back in the team. That was his first time he'd played a full game. So
why do I have him? Seriously.
Now, was he
avoided the vest.
Yes.
Yeah.
He was a required player for you, too.
Oh, he saved him along with prior opportunity.
Yeah.
Saved my bacon this weekend.
Wow.
So 21 touches, 6 marks, and a goal.
Thank you.
Went up 48K.
Thanks.
Leaderboard has Levi Ashcroft there with 19 votes. Got a little bit of a gap there on Zach Reid with 14. Then you got Xavier Lindsay on 13. Riley Bice on 12. And Sammy Davidson, he's got himself 10 votes at the moment.
Here's the news of the week you need to know on the official AFL Fantasy podcast.
All right, let's look at the news, and we have a Nick Daicos, the first one that will go off, because that happened last Thursday night. So, Cal,
I can't predict injuries.
You-
Okay? Come on.
But you
Yes,
like to
you
call
can.
him a drama queen.
You actually can.
I can. You are spot
Because
on.
if you think a tag is coming,
Yep.
you can predict an injury here.
So, a bit of a hip is what he was getting rubbed out on the sidelines as soon as he got some attention there from Wags the dog. But after the game, or in the days since, basically a peck is what an issue is with that. Didn't get that rub because actually when you saw some of the vision after the game, people touched it. Ooh, ow, ow.
Oh.
He wasn't, he didn't like
He was
it.
flinching at a
People
peck touch.
going, giving him a little bit of a pat on the chest type thing.
and it hurt.
Yeah.
Oh, that's not a good sign.
It might be something we have to monitor.
Yes, it will be, dog.
When do they play?
They
Cal?
play the 120 game on Saturday.
Okay, early enough. isn't
Now,
it?
he will cop attention again because the Crows have got a couple of options there they could use.
Oh, yuck.
So, anyway.
Lockie Schultz in that game concussed. That looked pretty awful
It did.
too,
Yeah,
watching
big
that
hit.
one. Sean Darcy was subbed out with a knee as well there, so we'll see what that one looks like as well. on that
Jaxon?
one.
Yeah.
Nasiah got his foot trod on. And then had to sit on the pine a bit as they were doing some stuff. That sucked.
You know that's hurting him if he calls someone in to take a kick in.
Yep.
Yeah, because he usually quick to take those.
He's a bit of a hard watch,
Oh,
Cal.
hang on. Stop it. Look,
Well, he only had 76% time on ground. The week before it was 90%.
That was
That's how
because
long
of
he was
that-
sitting on the pine.
That was because of that foot injury. He was tracking for a 130 easy.
when I saw him get injured, I was like, oh, man.
Oh.
I was like, no. I
Don't.
hope he's okay. I really want him back out there because it was such a hard watch, dog. Anyway, he got another ton.
You're starting to dip your tiny
Yeah,
toes in
this
some
is-
dangerous areas.
And if those feet are that small, you're not making a difference, mate, with how much you're doing.
All right.
Jack Higgins subbed out there with that illness that he had. Now, Friday night, Jack Silvani was part of like all of these defenders,
They
Roy.
dropped like
So
flies.
he was one that could stay on there with his bit of a groin. But Lockie
gave it a
Cow
rub.
and a hammy. And Mitch McGovern. Now, Cow.
Yeah.
As our annual story comes out about this, his sternum. That's what he heard.
Did he
Who
hurt
put
it?
the letterbox on the ground?
Okay. Yeah, look, a sternum does
Just
hurt.
go back and listen to another old episode where we talked about Cowan running into his letterbox and his sternum.
I snapped the big thing, yeah.
Once again, I will confirm that I've never seen such a heavily concreted
Letterbox,
letterbox.
yes.
That thing did not budge.
It was firm. And it bloody hurt. Anyway.
And you think some of these players are drama queens sometimes? Oh, Calvinator.
I couldn't breathe. They likened it to a car accident.
They did. The performance after as well.
Jeez.
Lewis Hayes, this was super sad. So he scored 52 points, looked really good, looked at home there in that Bombers backline, as they were racking up too, because it was massive amount of marks in that game. It was 120 odd marks that they had. Bombers averaged 90.
Oh, my
for
goodness.
a game, so extra 30 odd marks
Feasting.
it was. Ridiculous. So, yeah, he was there. Unfortunately, ACL was confirmed. So, 20-year-old, look forward to him coming back next year because he showed that he can play at the level. I think that's the
100%
exciting thing
His
for
coach
him.
even said it.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, that's nice. Blakey, the lizard, Nick, HIA he had to go in for after copping it from Zach
Oh,
Merritt.
he hardly touched him.
Well, Zach Merritt was going for the ball, and I don't think he touched him a lot.
That's
I reckon Lizard's probably not overly happy that he had to go in and get that because they ruled out concussion, so he'll be right for next week.
It's quite a common survival response for lizards.
Yep.
They do play dead.
They did.
And that's what he
Thought you
did.
were going to say lose his tail.
No, he's okay.
Yeah, he's fine.
Latham Vandermeer, he hurt his calf and was subbed out of the game. That was on Saturday night. Then on Sunday, so we had some drama before the Tigers and Eagles game.
Ugh.
So Oscar Allen, a knee, laid out there.
Yes.
So that was there. But then a late out, Jayden Short. bit of a knee.
How are you supposed to navigate stuff like that? Mother's Day, stuff going on.
Give me a full lockout, a fixed lockout
Don't wind him up, Roy.
Well, I will about this
Saturdays,
This
and then just let my emergency go
this
there.
stretched people too thin.
Because I've got zero sympathy for anyone that wasn't able to have an emergency because they did a loop game.
You
That's the
love when
risk you
people get
run.
burnt with the
But
loop,
that's the
don't you?
risk you run. If you want to go and play your loop, I had Pryor on my bench, so
Yeah.
I'll put on a non-playing player, and that gets locked in, and then you lose someone later
Yeah.
in the round. Well, that's a risk that you take.
It certainly is. That's why
I hate looping, full stop.
Yeah. Oh, 100%. But that's why historically we've done it in the rucks because
Yeah.
you've only got the two of them there.
That
you
would have
you run that risk every time.
There would have
Now-
been a few people that were burnt by that, but then even at the time, like if you had trainer on, at least you could flip that. Or you might have got away with, like Cub, didn't he have Saad El-Hawli
Yeah, just waiting
on his
to go.
bench?
That
That's
would have
a
wrecked.
nice
That's a
save.
nice
That's what it's
save.
for.
Yeah, that's an emergency. That's what it's for.
Yeah.
The poor mothers out there
Well, that's the other
would
part
have
of it.
interrupted their lunch.
Yeah.
Everyone just going, sorry, Mum.
Yeah.
Got to go fix this.
But it's not even the little nerd going, I better check the teams when they come out. It was late after that, so you had to go, oh, sorry again. I will interrupt dessert now to go and change this.
Why are you talking like that?
And imagine how many mid-lunch dumps occurred.
I need to go.
Like, yeah.
But you've already been. No, I've just got
Got to
upset
go
tummy.
again,
Yeah.
upset tummy.
Saturday lockout, bring it on.
Definitely. Can't spend that much time in the toilet.
I know that might trigger a few people and they'll get opportunistic to have a bit of a crack at the Warn Dog for saying that. I can have an opinion too.
Yeah, you
That's
certainly
fine.
can.
Well,
All right.
Who cares if anyone has a crack?
Well, I don't really care
No,
too
good.
much about them.
Good.
Playing on. Archer Reid hurt his shoulder in that game too. Now, Toby Green, bit of an ankle there, so one to watch on that. He did play it out because they'd already used their sub on Jake Stringer with that hammy. So, yeah, it's been a little bit better for the Giants. But what about the Giants too, winning that down there?
Huge. They win there.
they get
They
it done.
love it.
They get it done.
They love beating them at Cardinia Park. And Jared Berry, he was subbed out with concussion in that final game of the round, which was a rip snorter at Ninja Stadium.
It was.
Because it was a draw.
Gosh.
Did anyone-
the Roos had opportunity.
They did. They needed Pryor there.
Parks. He doesn't miss those.
Where's the handball?
Did you
too?
see
Yep.
Parks' poster?
Yep.
He doesn't do
kick
that.
Yeah, anyway. Now, subs, just want to mention one, and I'll put my hand up as an apology. Cow, you should try this for once.
Okay.
Roy probably should as well. Henry Huswaite
Oh,
subbed out
dog.
at half time for 30.
You're a bad dog
You
again.
are a bad dog.
Get in your kennel.
You naughty boy.
Bad
We can make
dog.
you can change your mind from Monday
No
through
schmacko.
to Friday.
No
with
schmackos
what you're going to
this
do.
week for dog.
What did you do? Fonty in the end, Roy?
Yes,
Did you
Roy.
trade
So
in
don't
Fonty?
you start talking to me about going.
Yes.
You went Fonty, and at least Henry Huswaite got 30. What did old Font have? Fonty, 17, and played a full game, destroy.
It wasn't a good day for defenders down there.
No.
So the subs are, going to wreak havoc all the time with us. So Huswaite, which, it just shows you the risk of those moves as well, doesn't it? Like
does.
To be playing in those areas.
Yep.
Anyway, MRO, no concerns for us. Damn it. So that was good. Zach Merritt, he got off there. A couple of Magoo's news worth mentioning. We've got Jayden Laverty, 109 he scored, and he'll come in now.
He will.
So that's it, 32 disposals, 5 marks. Elijah Sardis was dropped as well, 39 disposals, 1 goal and
Far out,
113.
he racked.
Now, Vicentini of the Bombers kind, he might need to come in and help Goldie or give Goldie a rest at some point.
Yeah.
So he's a 230k ruck. He had 19 disposals, 4 marks, 7 tackles and 27 hit-outs for 105. So that's one just to watch if you might need
Are
something.
they related?
I don't know.
They'd have to be.
There wouldn't be many Vicentinis.
No, there isn't.
Bombers would instantly become a good matchup
Yeah.
if they're brothers.
Definitely.
Yeah, well, that's changing things in the scale, I
It
assume,
is.
Cal.
It is.
No, I'm just doing it now.
Tom Mitchell, 45 he scored on his managed minutes in his return to the VFL, so it's
Yep,
great to have a
good
little
to have him
peek
back.
back. Charlie West, who we've spoken about a few times, he might come in at some point.
Maybe.
230k. 83 he scored, kicking his 4 goals and taking 7 marks. Sam Doherty responded from his omission.
What a
Roy.
surprise.
37 disposals, 14 marks, 4 tackles, and 159.
Wow.
He's a class
Fiorini
above.
like
I
numbers.
think so.
He's a class above.
Now, Zach Jones, wouldn't be surprised if he comes in. I think we've got some issues at St Kilda with a couple of players.
100%.
One
How
of
have we
those
ended up with so many Saints?
Is Boxall.
Oh, yeah, gone.
He was Hugo, mate.
He was in the game and didn't even get to play.
So we've got there, Zach Jones had a 120. Toby Travalia had 113. So Jones, he had 29 disposals, 3 goals, and 5 tackles in that. So probably all the things that they need for that midfielder to be doing. Travalia as well was very busy with 30 touches. Hunter Clark too. He had 6 tackles and 22 disposals. So I reckon the Saints might swing a few changes.
I think they will.
And in that as well, like Philippou played his first game of the season, played basically out of the square. Thought he was plugger doing that, but he's going to go into the midfield at some point too.
Yeah, yeah.
So that's
He
it.
still scored pretty well.
Oh, he was very good.
A couple of Giants. Connor Stone had 98. They're probably
many?
not going to make changes, but
What?
Fonte maybe
You were a
comes in
bit
for Fonte.
You were pretty harsh on Fonte.
23
He might come in for
disposals,
Fonte.
8 marks, 4 tackles. With Leakey, 28 disposals, 3 marks, 3 tackles, and 90. So it could
Good boy.
be a couple of little heartbeats could just start coming back
Yeah,
at
yes.
some point. Nod, worth mentioning him. So he was back via Peel Thunder in the waffle. He kicked a goal, 17 disposals, 3 tackles for his 63, but he possibly comes back into that lineup sooner rather than later.
Not
you would think,
exactly
for Freo.
appealing numbers.
No, good one.
Aish 107, Erasmus, who was a sub, scored 103. Now, Clay Hall is another one for the Eagles that's sitting there in the Magoos. He had 96. And Travis Boak played in the Sandful Showdown.
Did he?
Yeah. So he had 115.
God, he can still play,
36
can't he?
disposals.
36. 36.
Cal, we do love a little bit of this, or we don't actually really love it, because full version this week.
I love the beats.
Yeah, another one of my bangers. All right. Still don't even know the words. When the hunt is true.
Yeah.
It's just such a cool song.
It is. Thank you.
When the hunt
You're
is
like smoking a bong or something.
Appreciate it. Tag watch.
Cow.
Now, Clayton Oliver, a tagger,
Yeah, it's desperate times.
wanted to go to Nuke.
What did he do?
Oh, that's amazing.
So that was his first game back, obviously,
Yep.
after he had the week off.
So was that his way around getting himself back into
Oh, I
some
don't know,
touch?
showing it commitment and
So he did well, though. Nuke was quiet,
yeah, he did well.
busy late.
Like she's no rocket science, that tagging job.
No.
Like if you are reasonably fit and strong,
Yep.
you can do it.
So if he does
Of
it
course he
again
can
this
do it.
week, will he go to Lockie Neal?
I suppose.
If he does it, because Neal will give him a bath.
Oh, I would think so.
Anyway, so James Jordan did.
Remember him against Brisbane last year? That was like a 20-point game.
Oh, it was that one.
I'm pretty sure it was, wasn't
So he
it?
might want to do it again.
Holy hat.
So
he's
then he
got
can
an
justify
excuse.
his
Yeah.
20 fantasy points.
James Jordan did go to Zach Merritt and held him to 80 now. James Jordan has Carlton on Friday night. Roy,
Yeah.
Sam Walsh, Cripper, good luck. What are you going to do there?
He would just try to slow the beast that is the Crip Dog, I
You'd think
guess.
so. Now, Bergman went to
Interesting.
Dawson. It is
Yeah.
an interesting one because I thought they might have used Drew. Dawson had a 78. Now, they play Bailey Smith this week.
Yeah.
So they're going to have to try something on Bailey Smith, aren't they?
Yeah, Max Holmes was good though as
Yep.
well.
Yes.
And Max is someone that historically cops tags.
He's taggable,
He's easier to keep up with than Bailey.
definitely.
Although Bergman is a good runner.
Yep.
Just on that, Bergman, he scored well again.
He did.
So he's a good player, but his
Yep.
scores have been horrific apart from a couple of early hundreds.
So he's found his
Like
little...
people had him as
Yep.
a unique. Is he a scorer again if he's in this role? What's the
Potentially.
deal?
He could be.
Got to watch him.
You do. Now, Bedford plays Freo, so Bedford will return this week. Goes to Sarong,
Yeah.
surely,
Probably.
but Brayshaw, obviously, a chance as well.
Yep. Has to be.
Yep. And the other one is Nick Daicos. Now, he's proven that he's taggable.
Yeah.
It's happened 2 times in the last 2 weeks with taggers that we sort of knew, but not really known for their tagging as such.
Yeah.
He's got Adelaide this week. Now, they've got a few people that could do it. Sam Berry would probably be the main one. He came on, must have started in the vest.
Yep.
So and then you've got guys like Ben Keys who have done the job before. Peatling's there as well.
Yeah.
So they've got options. You would have to put someone with him again this week after what's happened.
I think so.
Has to happen again. You can't go into this and just go, right, we're not tagging him. He comes out and goes 130.
No.
So, yeah, I think someone will 100% have to go to him again this week.
True.
Be a big watch, as will these coming up very, very shortly.
Oh, no.
It's back.
The dirty word. All right.
We've got the buys coming up. They are a fortnight away. So this year things are a little bit different. Where we've got 5 weeks of buys. So starts round 12. It's round 10 coming up. So correct. 10, 11, then 12.
Right.
And they go through to round 16. So we've got 5 weeks, and what is different is, I reckon, like the first iterations of buys, we used to have the split rounds. They were nice. And then they basically went through the patch of being 3 buy rounds with 6 teams on a buy.
Highly difficult.
We've only got 4 teams maximum on a buy. So it's going to go a 4-2-4-4-4.
Yeah.
And that's how it's looking. So strategy or things before that, I guess the rules, you get 3 trades for these buy rounds, for all of them, even the one with the 2 buys. So that's how it's different from our early buys that we had earlier in the year. But we also have just the best 18 as it has been. So we should say they should be easier to manage than ever.
It is easier.
Yeah.
It's never easy.
But it's a 5-round stretch. Now, we've got to look at our teams, and that's going to be part of it, about where your spread is. The old school structure, or what you try to do, you try to back end your buy players, or you trade, because you don't want to be trading into or doing much with these first ones.
No.
It's always a tricky thing now. And
It is.
This is me coming off bringing in Sheasel, and a lot of people, when you guys brought in
X.
X, like it's... Where you're doing that, in saying that your X moves, it was from a guy that was on that buy anyway with TDK.
Yeah. But like, for example, I've been really unprofessional with this. I don't really know how I look. I had a quick look last week and I noticed that round 12 one, I am heavy. So I want Shees, especially this week in that matchup, but I have to behave myself.
Oh.
I can't get Shees this week.
Okay.
Due to, I'll have too many problems in round 12.
So that first buy, we do have Carlton.
Yes.
Popular players there. Probably Chera and TDK are the 2 key ones
so.
on that one. North Melbourne, Shees and X are the 2 big guns. And most people probably still have Caleb Daniels. So it might give you a little bit of an out there as that part of it. Port Adelaide, Connor Rosie's probably the biggest name out of that group. But then you've got some good players.
You've got Hornibag.
Like Hornbag.
Yep.
And Butters as well as an option that you could be bringing in. And then you've got the final team on that first buy is the Western Bulldogs.
Yeah.
Are we all out of Bulldogs now?
Well, a lot of people
we
wouldn't
are.
be, though. A lot of people would have English.
Yeah.
Some might be buying into Bont.
Yeah.
Some still might be rocking with Fraser, who's been good.
Fraser, even Davo and Riley.
Yeah. So the good news here is, once that round is done, we have an unbelievable amount of trade targets.
Because that's your strategy
instantly.
now.
Yeah.
As soon as a team's had their buy, that's where your trade targets come from.
Yeah. So we want to be looking at bringing in the X, the Shees, the
Butters, the
Butters, the Bont. Like that all comes.
Yep.
So that's good. But we have to get through that first one.
You do.
Yep, so that's what we're looking at. Then the second week, which is round 13, is Freo and St Kilda. And we've sort of talked about that being a lighter on buy. Roy, you've got Brayshaw.
Yeah.
But sort of Freo players feel quite light on for most teams.
I honestly, because I want to buy into that round.
Yeah.
I feel like that way you're avoiding creating any carnage for yourself in any week. And you don't want to pay up for someone who's about to have a rest. But that one should be so easy to cover, it would be a nice place to load up. So on the drive here, I was thinking about who I actually want out of it. So Brayshaw, he's doing well for me. That's a nice one to have there.
Yep.
Outside of him, in
so
those 2
we've
teams...
all got McRae.
Yep. Sorry, I forget about McRae. So I only really want Brayshaw, McRae, and Wanganeen Miller at the moment.
So.
There'd be 3 nice ones to have in that round.
We'll talk some trade targets later, but Sinclair is one that a lot of people might look at buying into because he's got himself cheap.
He has. Is he showing enough? We will discuss later. I don't know.
Sarong, would you buy into that getting cheap?
No.
It would take a unique situation. So if that is all you can get someone, a borderline dead rookie up to,
Yeah.
the name is a huge upgrade.
It is.
So with how we're looking here, because round 16 is pretty deep in the season when these buys finish,
Yes.
is that we're probably going to be pumping or hunting towards the hunter's true cow, towards
Ooh.
like a very good team by then.
You were going to
Completed
say
teams.
completed.
Well, if we're
wasn't
using
he?
3 trades in each of those rounds,
Yep.
Yeah.
you're going to be strong.
That's 15 trades.
And it's a
That's
lot
pretty
on
crazy.
rookies that aren't creating any cash. That's
And
the problem.
That's going to be our issue, because probably one of the next things is the crisis that we might be having. But but one of those strategies is that maybe buying into players or premiums as such with the later buy. So whether that's around 15 or 16, where 16 has your Lions, your Bombers, your Cats, and your Giants, which all have premiums at the top end.
They do. Plenty of options.
Well, let's go through them. Like, who do you want from Brisbane that could be a rolling 22 or right at the top end?
Yeah, well, so, I mean, Zorko, Dunkley, they're well entrenched in the rolling 22. But then you've got, like, there's so many serviceable guys there that could get you through.
We've got Will Bradshaw.
then. So both
Ashcroft.
both Ashcrofts.
So almost that's the thing, like a Levi. The good strategy for him is just riding him until that buy, and that's when you cash out of him.
Like, even guys like Fletcher are still underpriced. You're not getting, you get 80s, 85 out of them. Like, because of when their buy is, that's like the value of him just seeing you through that period become relevant.
Yes, big time.
Bombers, you've got Merritt, obviously, and Nick Martin is a premium top-end
Very
player
much.
with the defender forward status. And then you might as well, again, like your Zach Reid or Pryor Roy, ride them through to this buy.
Should I buy back into Reid?
I don't think so.
He's still underpriced for what he's doing.
Well, he went up 72K.
That was massive.
And I've got no cash gen.
And there it is, sitting right in front of you.
He'd give you points and cash gen.
You know what happens when you buy into him.
How have I got in this hole? Yes, carry on.
Geelong, who do you want? Well, everyone's got Baz.
Max is now
Max Holmes,
a
he was good
valued
again.
play.
He's back, yes.
He's like 900k. That's underpriced for Maximus.
Now, you like a bit of Blix, Roy.
Oh, yeah, get me
Again.
on again. So last year, it was probably my biggest blue, apart from Fonty, my most recent. Anyway, carry on. Last year, remember when I was like, no, Blix is back in the ruck here.
Yep.
He scores well as ruck. And then, the little voice in your head says, can't trust the Cats. You never know what they're going to do. And I was like, they've got no one else to do it with. And it turned into a massive fail. I remember we were out on the can somewhere and Dog kept reminding me how much Blix hasn't scored.
Yep.
I think he had a 40 after I said get him in as ruck.
So he's got Vicentini this week.
Have to get him in.
Well, they've got 3 great games.
They do. Yep.
See?
So it goes.
Segue.
Yeah, no, I'm just reading it. I've got to read it, Dog.
I
I
see
don't
your
know
brain
it, I don't
ticking
know it off
over.
the top of my head. So we goes Vicentini, Tim English, and then West Coast, whoever they roll out.
Oh, man, oh, man.
Don't point people in this direction.
I've got holes in my defence that need plugging with cheap players. What is he? 600k probably.
Get him for draft.
All right.
Draft only, people.
I can't rule it out.
You can't rule it out. He should roll through and be all right.
All right, he should.
So Blix he's just under 700.
Oh, so there is a 6 at
There's
the
a
front.
6.
There you
That's
go.
what he said.
I'm rounding down.
694.
Bargain.
Yeah.
Round down. And GWS is that fourth team on that round 16 bye, and I think we're probably all going Green is someone that we want. He had that 130 on the weekend.
We need
in his
Whitfield at
100th
some
game.
stage.
Yeah, Whitfield.
Whitfield, Briggsy,
Ash would have been perfect, Dog.
Callahan,
Cheap.
all those guys.
There's a lot. So we are set up for success. It'll be interesting in end of round 16 to see how we have totally stuffed it.
Yep.
But it's set up in a way that we have a number of options to navigate.
And the reason for, that it might be hard is I probably need to edit that to make the cow sound like it was dying at the end or something, because it's not good. We've got a cash cow crisis.
We do.
Did you copy that? Because I've seen that being thrown around a fair bit.
Everyone
lately.
loves a bit of cash cow crisis.
They do.
So
Did you make it up or did you copy it?
I usually call it a rookie crisis.
Oh, yeah.
But I think some people are going to cash cow crisis now.
right.
I don't know.
So-
That's all. It's fine. It's okay. I'm here to give.
That's it. There's no
Let these-
copyright on it.
Like bloody Splinter and the Teenage
Yeah.
Ninja Turtles, just
How?
helping all these people.
Is that what he
grow
did?
And become.
Oh, Splinter.
Well, yeah, I didn't know.
How do you think they
He's their
learned their
dad.
karate?
Because he gave him, like, the green goo.
That's how they
No, he
became a
didn't.
bit human.
Didn't they get poisoned?
No, that leaked through the sewage
So they got
system.
Know
poisoned.
your law. Know your TMNT law, Calvinator.
Radioactive poison.
Yeah, but that doesn't make you know karate.
Okay. Well, how else do they? Oh, because
Master!
Oh, far out.
I was a Shredder fan, but that's all right.
Yeah, you would be.
Right, where are we?
A cash cow
Okay.
crisis. We've got one.
Me and Warnie have basically been splintered
know
to
you're-
you for years,
I
and
know.
it's finally clicking.
And I know
Appreciate it.
you actually show your age on us a little bit. You've got almost a decade on us.
I do.
That's
know.
because he was living in the 70s.
You were born in the 70s, you old
Oh,
man.
right. Like 10 days I was there.
That's why he wears
10 days.
flares and stuff.
Oh, my goodness. All right. Get back on script. Rookie crisis.
Pothead.
Woodstock, man. Oh, stop it. Oh, I've got
wow.
a tear. All right.
What shows did you watch in the 70s?
Oh,
Goodies and that, were they 70s or 80s?
oh, Fresh Prince Bel-Air.
All right.
God.
So we're talking about our bench health is probably what this is. And
Okay.
I guess the cash cow crisis of the ones that we can get, we're probably not all that confident in because
Hell no.
most people launched into Boxall last week and he could now be another red dot
He's
at some
gone.
point.
He, like that, he's got a unique
He had
ability.
49% time on ground.
They don't want him out there.
No.
He might as well have been sub. Anyway, because, that was the thing. Oh, he wasn't sub. All right, we can launch. Yep. Anyway,
I fell for that.
so
me
let's.
takeaway
So he scored 38 and he's up to 312. I don't think you're buying into that.
No, you
Now?
are not.
No way.
Who can we buy into? So Cow went the week early because you're seeing him like beach balls on Cooper's Simpson.
Nice hit.
Got lucky.
59 he scored, but it was that nice roll that he's got. So he's got the forward status at 260k he went up to. He's playing in the back line.
That looked like a 75 to an 80.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I looked into that for you. So he gave away 2 free
Okay.
kicks.
Yep.
Ooh,
And I
that's
think
why
if
it could have
you
been better.
were to say he had 65, you'd be like, yeah, that seems about right.
Yeah, okay. So you went up 30k, break even of 2. So,
Right.
yes, you can be.
I just liked the look of him.
Yes, agree.
Saad El-Hawli. Can we go there at 312k now? He's got the defender mid status. He scored that 82. Now, that's going to be a bit of an outlier, I think, based on that game
Yes.
and how that worked. But, and this is probably going a little personal talking, but a team
Yeah.
dependent, if you want to call it that.
Yeah.
But I've got basically no emergencies in defence now.
No, well, that's happened. That's happened. He should still be capable of hitting 60s.
Will he get a game,
Do you
dog?
think?
Will
Well,
he
and
get a
that's the thing. Like, has that now bought him that? Like, I don't know if his second half was that great football wise as well.
Yeah,
but
okay. Their injuries have shortly strengthened his
Yeah.
position in the side. They
Now-
had some good guys in the Magoos, admittedly.
Now, he's got a break even of -1, but we've seen that before from him, haven't we?
he could
he
have
might keep the same price next
no
week.
price movement.
So he went up 48k last week.
Yeah, okay.
I think he's one that you have a bit of confidence going to, or probably those two, Simpson and El-Hawli, are the two that you can have some confidence in
And
going
you're not,
into.
you're not paying a truckload for them. Like 312 for El-Hawli seems reasonable.
Yeah.
You're not going that 380, 390 mark.
Yeah, you'd want to do it now
Yeah.
and hope he's not vested.
A couple of the cheaper under 300k ones who played. Archer Day Wicks only scored a 27, so he still remains almost basement there, and he went up 3k from that, but he's got the mid-forward status. Cody Angove for GWS scored 37, so got his first game, 279k with the mid-forward status. And Thomas Sims, ruck forward for Richmond. He's at 273, scored 43. Mentioned box. If you were looking at that one of those higher ones, Riley Hardiman, So
Yeah.
he scored 64 for North, 73 the week before. So he's got that defender status.
Yeah.
381K. Now, when and how could you do that one? It's kind of like you'd have to nearly be playing on field. Like, that's a lot of money to be buying into for your bench. But if you've got no one...
Surely job security's fine.
You would think so.
Jaxon Binns is a midfielder. 424K, maybe a bit too much, but scored 76. He looked really good.
It probably is a bit
Obviously
too much.
had fantastic VFL numbers.
Well,
We
that's the
talked
thing.
about him a lot.
We know he can find the ball. Like, it's probably...
Like Oscar the Grouch fighting rubbish.
Yes.
Bins, get it, cow?
I did.
Did they have Sesame
clever.
Street in the 70s?
They did, mate.
Oh, cool.
We invented it. Binns has got a break even of 19. Went up 30K. So I don't love it.
No.
Didn't do his job security any harm.
No.
Which you don't often say that with Binsy.
But
Like,
like-
he should stay in. They
Bit
got
of a whipping
injuries,
boy.
If you're in a
but they got
weird
that many injuries. too.
luxury spot, though, like, could you sideways Finn O'Sullivan, for example?
Oh, yeah.
Just
Even
to
for
have
the
someone
cash.
that could, he's going to make some cash and is sitting there and hopefully getting you through a few weeks. They do have the round 12 bye, but...
It's not ideal, but you're not spending up on someone that's sitting out, so that's all right.
And I thought just while I saw him, I saw Jed Buse there at 434K, scored 73.
Well, at least he's an
Geelong.
experienced player.
Well, that's it.
All right, a couple of trade targets that I guess we can look at. In defence, Nick Martin had a huge game.
He did.
He can.
And
he
he
does.
will.
He's
Yep.
still under a mil.
Yep.
And he's $1 million plus player.
He is.
Yeah.
So could you call him value?
Yep.
Well, you could, but like Katy Perry wrote a song about him. He's hot and cold. That is Nick.
And that's why we didn't start him, for example, knowing that he would be playing forward. But the way he pushed back, like I think his starting position may have been forward
I
quite
reckon.
a bit in that game. It's
Yeah.
just the way that he went back.
Yep, the DPP, like if he wasn't already, DPP system would explode if you put Nick Martin into it because he starts there and he plays there. You wouldn't know what he's doing.
Sinclair at 934K.
That's cheap. That is so
But
cheap.
we just haven't seen.
It is cheap for what he
I
can
think
do.
that's more of the St Kilda team in general with what they sort of dishing up week to week. You don't know what you're going to get.
But Cal,
Ooh. Oh, okay.
what are they doing?
Well,
Table. Cow scale of hardness.
yes, they do have 3 little green runs
It's
coming
there for
up.
the taking.
What
It
have they
is.
got?
So West Coast, Gold Coast, Melbourne Coast. So 3 coasts in a row leading into their bye. Which is, it's a great little run. A great little run.
It is.
So he's coming off a 95.
Yep.
61 before that.
See?
95. Yeah.
He's a 95 guy.
He is.
That's 60. He's not.
He's a 100 guy.
Fair reflection.
He'll get a couple of tons
Do you
in the
reckon
next few.
he gets back to that
I think he can.
in that in that team? They are the hardest watch.
They are.
They cannot get time slots.
Yeah, I know.
Like,
They're real hard watch. So, would you do it? No, I'm going to say no. I'm not doing that.
it is. It looks like a good price. And if he gets back to 100, like Dog said, which he should,
The mini mile, half mile,
Yeah,
3/4 mile.
3/4 mile.
Yep. That's what they've got. But someone that did take advantage in his 2 games that he played as part of Hawthorn's Green Mile.
At least one of them stepped up.
CJ.
CJ,
he loved it.
113, 107 the last 2.
599k.
Yeah,
That's cheap.
it is cheap.
It's real cheap.
Like he's playing really well. He's getting 8 or 9 marks a game.
That ends as quick as it started. But
Does it?
yeah, I don't know.
I think it does.
I think it does too. But hey, good price for the for the
is.
desperate.
Yeah.
Tom Green, you'd have to call him some sort of value at the moment at just over $1 million.
Yep. He is.
He's finally got going.
Yeah.
He scored
He's
that
a bit slow to start
133.
with.
Like, there've just been sort of some okay scores. 102. He had an 87 against the Dogs, but 104, 108. So,
Ceiling reminder. Bang. 133.
and he's got a couple of games where he should go all right. And he has, as we talked about, those buys before the round 16 bye.
Goodbye.
Dunks, you're just paying for what you're getting for him, I think, with
Yep.
where he is.
He's going really well consistency-wise.
Yeah,
isn't he?
consistently boring.
It's just
I
hard.
love that.
Right, so do I. That's fine. Yes.
I don't know if there's any midfielders that we really have massive faith that could be a top 8. that's showing any sort of value as such at the moment.
Agree.
That's fair, Cole.
You get
Yeah.
what you pay for.
You get what you pay for. What about Jack Steele, though? Could we say that he's finding something? He's a hard watch, 109, 113 last two.
Yeah.
Remember, he still averaged that 106 or 7 or whatever it was last year.
His value going into the green 3/4 mile.
Yep.
But I wouldn't want to buy into it.
Because he's down 149K.
Yeah, it's a lot.
He's averaged 93 this year.
Mm.
Like, no.
No, but he seems to have got going the last two. That's the thing.
Yes.
He's an interesting one.
Yeah, he is.
And then I guess Rucks, you probably still, where are you at with that? I think you're holding your TDK now.
He does have a couple of nice matchups coming up.
He does, exactly.
So, yeah, he's got Grundy this week, which is not great. Then Briggsy, then the bye. Then he goes Goldstein into West Coast.
So I think there's nothing ever really, his scores hadn't been great, but there's nothing ever really wrong with TDK. It's the fear of what you don't have in that ruck spot at the moment, X or Max.
Well, we're having a look at X here, even as a captaincy option this week against Richmond. Like, that has to be.
It could be.
So that difference has gone to 143K
Okay.
between those
Right.
after it was 101 last week. Rowan Marshall is still that value.
He is.
He had a 116 on the
I know,
weekend.
that's enough, isn't it?
What
It
does the
is.
ruck look like part of that mile?
So for Rowan,
Yeah.
so he's got West Coast this week.
Yep, so
That's-
easy.
And then into Jared Witts, who is the number
That's
one
a
half.
harder
So no
one,
one's turned up against him. Then he's got Max.
So
So, his
it's
scale,
not easy
his
for
scale is not something you would be buying into.
No,
So, but 921.
It's so cheap for him.
it is.
Yeah, it could be a nice little move if you were getting out of TDK, which I don't totally love. But you could go him because he's got the round 13 bye.
Yeah.
and then get your X there.
Yeah. So
But X should be. The worst thing is that X just should be good.
So Marshall would be in play if you were a Briggsy owner or something.
Yes.
And that's all you could get to. You could sleep well
Yep.
if that's what you hit. Couldn't you?
Definitely.
Yeah.
A couple of forwards. I think we've probably talked about all the main key guys over these few weeks anyway. I guess eyes on Matthias Philippou.
Yep.
He was, break even of 67 still. Got his 73. I just didn't love the role. I wouldn't be buying into him until I knew that he was going to be getting some decent midfield time.
Yeah. It's a bummer because that would be a nice little cash grab from Caleb.
Well, I
If
think
you
his
knew
time.
Matthias was straight into
It's
the
going to
middle.
come.
It will come.
It will.
It will come.
You
Don't
could
wanna
jump on.
risk launching in early though, do you?
Yeah, but I think, it is a risk, but it's probably a low risk.
Because
just I feel like I'd
Caleb's
wanna
so low anyway.
Yeah, I just feel like I'd like to see it,
I would.
but smart coaches do it before seeing it.
They
That's
do.
one thing you
yeah.
see. Knowing that
I
it's
play
coming.
a much safer game than that.
So the poo only went up a few dollars this week.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's still about 140K difference between those two. So
Yeah.
we still make a little bit of money there when we sideways later on if we need to.
Yeah.
Peatling, 797K. He had the 117, was good the week before as well. But that
Was solid.
the benefit of is he getting the benefit of
Matt?
Crouch being out?
Possibly.
Big time he is. So the last 2 weeks, 75% and 64% CBAs. Easily his highest
Well,
this
it's
year.
been reflected by his
Yeah,
scoring.
it
hasn't
has.
Yeah. So he's a good, under 800K. That's a good purchase.
It's an interesting time for all of our trades. So let's have a look at the most traded players ahead of round 10. And we've got Cooper Simpson, the number one guy there, with Saad El-Hawli. So those sort of downgrades as such, or securing that bench. Nick Martin, Matthias Philippou is in there with Tom Green as our most traded in players. So
That's fair.
looking, pretty simple. With Riley Bice, the most traded out. Caleb Daniel, people are swinging the axe there on him. Xavier Lindsay, Clayton Oliver, especially after that score last week, the tagging score, 441, and Sam Davidson. Otherwise, it's all a lot of players, but we probably do need to almost wait on a little bit with our trades for this week. So I'll start with my sensible, do I call them sensible trades? And that is fixing up my bench, going Saad El-Hawli and Cooper Simpson in for me for a couple of guys that are unlikely to be there.
It's sensible, but you've got to chase points, dog, don't you?
I might need those points off the bench. That's
True.
the thing.
No, good
especially if we do
long-term.
get laid outs.
Yeah.
That's it.
true.
I'm getting rid of Marias this week for Saad El-Hawli.
Yes.
Bit of DP, bit of utility work there, Roy.
Yep.
I'm getting rid of bias as well. And because I've got $380 million in the
You're
bank,
getting him. You've been wanting him.
I'm
Yeah.
bringing in the big Whitfield.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
God, you can't go wrong there. I'm going trainer to Simpson via, like you, Cow, a bit of utility action. And Bice will go to Nasiah Wanganeen Miller.
Oh, you're joining me.
Yes.
Quick warning, hard watch apparently.
No, he's not.
Yeah, okay.
Not a
Just
hard
don't
watch.
let anyone tread on his foot again.
And a great
make him
buy.
sit on
Yeah,
the ball.
great buy.
Great buy.
Smart man.
Got a question for the traders? Tweet the boys at AFL Fantasy or head to facebook.com/AFL Fantasy Official.
All right, let's have a look at the questions coming from social media, and there are a heap, so we do try to get through as many as we can. Don't forget, we also go live on Thursday nights.
You can catch that at 6:15 on afl.com.au or via the AFL Live official app.
What streaming sort of things
Good
would you
by
been
you.
doing in the 70s, Cow?
Streaming. Nah.
Streaking.
You know,
Streaking. Yeah.
Cal streaking.
all right, Michael King. Who's the priority trade? Is it Bice or Daniel?
Good question.
It is Bice because Daniel will have 85 this week.
Oh, really?
Because the Shees is going to go forward in a game
Roy.
that they should win.
Don't
and he
try to
can
manifest this.
And he can have lots of score involvements, and Caleb will get all the kick-ins and be solid.
Okay.
Because there are a lot of Caleb Daniel questions.
I've just told you.
Does he need to go? Roy says no.
Roy says no. He'll be right
Cal.
this week.
I'm okay with that. I also don't like what you can get to.
Okay.
Shees will play halfback and dominate.
He
Don't
will.
listen to what I just said.
No, I agree.
He can go. Caleb can go.
The 57 means that the price is going backwards.
Yes.
It is now.
He can go. I think he'll be all right this week, but
I think I'm just going to keep him till the poo is ready.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
just making
Bruin?
it.
Yeah. Cooking him well.
Mum. Rightio.
What?
Now, Bicey,
Yeah,
he's the other part of that question, but a lot of people have asked about Bicey going. So he scored 66.
yeah, that's all right.
What would you be trying to do with him? It has to be up.
It's up and it's hard up. It's your Nasiah, it's your Whitfields, it's those guys.
Yeah,
And they're
okay.
probably the main two you're looking
Yeah.
at.
If I wasn't so loaded round 12, it'd be the Shees as well.
Yeah.
I'd be looking at for sure.
Jeez. Do you want him?
Yes, badly.
Oh, right.
He's a jet.
He's going to play forward, though.
Hey, kick 5.
Okay, there you go.
There are seriously a lot of questions about old mate Caleb Daniel here.
Yeah,
It's
and
an amazing one.
he was in my trade plans last week, to be honest.
Yeah.
And obviously it would have been good. Avoid that 57.
Hugo Garcia, do we keep him? I think he'd be a nice one to be upgrading as soon as you can as well.
I'd get off him as soon as was convenient to my team, but I also wouldn't be too stressed if I got stuck with him for another week.
Well, especially those 3 games he's got coming up.
Yeah.
So you can ride that for a bit longer.
Yeah.
Matt Britton has this one here. Am I a witch? I predicted Jayden Short the laid out approximately 20 hours before it happened. I had Reid straight on field and saw heaps of others looping. Was hoping Buslinger would be a laid in, so that's what he was hoping. Bit of sicko feeling,
Wow.
so that other
It is
people couldn't
sicko.
get him.
But can I just say something about
And then he says, or he stays out. Everyone then loops Short, who's a laid out. He actually said that in the group chat and said the screenshot. Love it.
good on him? Because
Predicted it.
yeah, so there was some witchcraft going around here because I was playing this looping game as well, and I looked at Zorko, very last game.
Yes.
36-year-old.
Yes.
Tassie, cold. But do you know who my eyes got drawn to?
Who?
Jayden.
Oh.
That guy.
Mm.
I stopped worrying about Zorko for some reason and worried about Shorty. He's onto something. There was something in the wind
Okay.
about the short man.
Matt, let us know who might be out this weekend so
Yes,
we can
definitely.
prepare and
There you go.
plan
You're
ahead of
onto
things.
something.
There you go.
All right. Sauce, keen to fly to the NT to watch the Suns versus Hawks. So that is a Thursday night game.
It is.
It is. Dude, we didn't see massive scores.
No, we didn't.
And we know that Darwin is an issue. 'cause
Looks
it's slippery.
slippery. It looked, yeah.
Anyway, he's keen to watch it, but he wants to know, is it sickie or annual leave?
Ooh, you take a sickie for that.
Do you?
Yeah.
If people are watching, though, because it's not massive crowds, they might actually spot you in the crowd.
That's true. Wear a face mask. There you go.
Okay. Be hot and sweaty under that in
That's
Darwin.
true. Don't
kiddo.
wear your face mask.
Just take annual leave.
Yeah, take your leave, mate.
All right, who are we bringing in for Lachlan here? Marshall or Cameron for Briggsy?
Yeah, okay.
Calvin.
That needs to be fixed.
Another apology.
Oh,
What
look,
did he score for you? 60?
No, he was a bit better. I don't know.
wasn't
So
good.
who do you bring in? It's got to be. You've got to bring in Marshall, I think, don't you? Just
Yeah.
for the value of it.
I think so. Cameron's been amazing, but it's Marshall for me. I
I
think.
think you can play the Marshall game as well
Yeah,
and then move to X
yeah. Marshall's
after
got
the buy.
yeah.
Like, it's a nice buy manoeuvre.
Yeah.
So Marshall's got that nice buy, and he's been at the top before.
And he's got West Coast this week.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Do Marsh.
Rick wants to know Warple, yay or nay? He had a good score.
He
That's-
did.
That was his first actual hit on the mile.
He needs to have double-figure tackles, and predicting that is hard. So he's just a no for me.
I'm with you, Roy.
Johnny's got this one here. High Legends, if Nick Daicos is out next week, are we holding or trading?
He'd be gone for me.
He'd be
Would
gone
he?
as well.
I'm happier without him. I
Yeah.
didn't realise that would ever be the case.
This is where when we talk the rookie stuff and our cash cow crisis or rookie crisis, trademark One Dog, 2007, probably when I first ever said it. But who's your bench for him?
Oh, yeah.
Your cover is not great.
No, he's gone for me. I would just see that as a nice opportunity to get some cash.
I'd have him for a couple of weeks.
Yeah. Get some cash out of him.
You'd have to. See, I can't say that. I'd have to hold
Yeah.
and wear whatever rubbish I had on the bench. And that's where the double downgrade or double sideways bench move might just have to be the way to play.
You got 3 trades a week coming up. You flick him.
Yeah,
And
I
you
agree.
flick him hard
You
in
do.
the other peck.
Yep.
Bang. There's 2 sore pecs.
Okay, I guess is that then the same? It's probably more so if Short was out and they named up as a week. So Drew Jones has done some hard work. Jeez, he's good.
He's good.
He's
He's very
goat.
good.
He's
Yeah.
a goat. But he said that basically he's going to be a test for Sunday 110 games. So that's not great. in itself.
That's just lots of time to get better. It's only,
Right.
like I said,
You can be so glass half full and glass half empty at the same time, Roy, with
you're
everything
shocking.
you say.
As long as you've got someone, so I would actually have trainer just to switch. So I don't really care.
Oh,
but I
hello,
reckon,
good bench.
Yeah, I reckon he's fine.
so do I.
Yeah.
Look, you told me what it was.
Well, I think
So
I
this-
know.
and I've had that
Okay.
before.
Is it because you had a few cans when you made this diagnosis?
What day was it? Doesn't matter.
And then he noticed with a wine.
So the thing is, I was listening to it, and he had difficulty straightening his knee and kicking.
Yeah.
Okay. Now the commentators were talking about, and I don't know whether or not this is true or not.
Right.
But like a lump,
Yeah.
like a lump, or like, and when they said
Yeah.
lump, I was like, oh, that's a cyst.
Well, I've had plenty of these.
So is that a?
It's like your tendon
Yep.
swells up. It becomes a big lump, and
Yep.
it's quite confronting to look at.
Yep.
And you can't straighten your leg.
Yeah, that's what he had.
Yeah,
Hey, everybody.
you'll be right.
Yeah, you reckon he'd be okay with it?
Yeah, it'll be sore, but you can. Yeah, he's fine.
Yeah, right. There you go.
Nah,
How'd they
clear to
manage
play.
those types of things in the 70s, Scouts?
Green dot.
Cut it off, bro. Straight off.
You do get some release, much like a knot. If you
Yeah.
really press on it hard and that, you can straighten it a bit more.
And you better not mention that again.
Leroy is getting rid of bias. He wants to know whether it's Chad Warner in the forward line or Bailey Dale in defence. So Bailey Dale had a good score.
He did.
And he's at a good price.
He is at a good price.
Warner, Roy, it's still a no for me.
So Dale had a 105, and that's coming off 98 the week before.
He's 882K.
Dale.
Yeah,
Yeah. Can ceiling it too.
he can.
I like him.
I like him more than Chad.
Chad's going to end the season averaging 90.
Yeah.
So there is that.
Yeah.
Buying into that's no disaster, but he's not really forcing anyone's hand at the minute, is he?
No, he's not.
Taj, or as Cow would call him, Taj. Is Lindsay and Bice to Merritt and Cooper Simpson a tick? There's your trade of the podcast.
Well, I think
That's pretty
so.
nice, isn't it?
But he's obviously got Cooper Simpson on ground then.
Possibly.
Yeah.
Yep.
But, yeah, that's fine.
Cooper should be good for a 60.
You would think so.
Mm.
Yeah. Yep, tick it off.
Steve wants to know, is El-Hawli fieldable? Has he shaken the vest for the foreseeable future?
Is he fieldable? No. Am I likely to field him? Yes.
Okay.
There's your answer.
Depends on
I
your
could
team.
not recommend anyone
And
buy
where you're
into
at.
that. But I am literally now at a point where I'm like, okay, that D6 can totally suck and I get an Uber premium on the other side to make up for it.
Yeah.
Or you can go half-assed
Yeah.
and end up with some underpriced guy that should bounce back and some other guy who's good for a 70.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking, try to squeeze him for 55, try to get 120 out of the other bloke, and then the average between them's all right. It's a bit of mid-season guns and rookies.
I like it.
Finn Klug, why did I trade Hustwaite in?
Dog.
Someone probably gave you that idea.
Dog.
And they shouldn't have.
I'll sit this one out.
I'll sit this one out too.
No, I think plenty of other people said it too.
I know two that didn't.
Yes.
Cow.
Thank you.
You didn't stop me from talking about it though and doing it.
I wanted you to do it.
Didn't have it. Look at him over there.
And
Couldn't
then-
even go through with his own advice.
Lucas!
I was so disappointed when I saw he had the red vest and remembered Dog didn't go through with it.
Oh, you blokes aren't.
That's true.
Good people. Luke Jaxon, is he an option? And I did see some people
Yes,
sort of even talk
he is.
about. So if we've got Darcy out for a bit,
Yeah,
it could be handy for buys too
yeah, definitely.
because he's got the ruck forward
Yeah.
status.
850k.
It's like what a straight
And
swap
we know
for
what he
Caleb.
can do.
Yep. Cheap.
He's better than Caleb.
Way better.
No,
Yes, it
I
is.
reckon he's a good play at the
It
moment.
is a good play.
Great buy play.
Yep.
And final question, this one can be, Paddy, what sort of celebrations are planned for the coronation of the People's Prince, Calvin, with his top 100 hat at the end of the season?
Well, we're all off to big Barley trip.
The celebration, I
Yeah.
just can't see where it would end.
It
To
just
be
wouldn't-
honest,
it
The
would-
rags to riches story.
Yeah,
I tell you what, for everyone
Steven Spielberg will make that movie.
they will.
that listens to our podcast despite hating us, you would not be able to listen through next year. They wouldn't last.
No, you wouldn't.
G'day anyone that's still tuning in at the moment.
You
Does it
will
through gritted
hate
teeth.
it
Yeah.
even more, even though you don't think that's possible.
You guys think I'm hateable now?
Yeah.
You wait till next year.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, long way to go.
Hell yeah.
It's round 9.
I'm so
approaching round
motivated
10.
for that, though.
Not even halfway through, fellas. Plenty of time.
That
to-
gives me more confidence.
Oh yeah, no, I'm carring it. Yeah. Do not lose that
Anyway,
confidence.
thanks so much for tuning in. We will be back with great content during the week. We've got Roy's stock take.
Yes, you will have the stock
Smashing
take.
the numbers. And we do also have the
Reheated stock take on the
Reheated
Thursday.
stock take.
Called,
Nothing wrong with reheating,
called Fantasy Ready.
especially when it's so on the money.
Actually, I did have to look at Fantasy Ready.
Here we go.
DJ told me something about it.
Here we go. Did he change something?
DJ, what did he say?
Spelling every
was it?
second word.
I've got to find him.
What's he found?
Joe Fonte, defender, 354.
Hang on.
Hang
If
on.
you're willing to pay the extra money, then Fonte might be worth the gamble.
Wait.
Roy is a huge fan of the 20-year-old who scored 70 last week as he benefited from the Giants' high possession game style.
This is where the hates come from, not even my words. I've been stitched up.
Hey,
This is not on me.
You said you liked him. You liked the high possession game, and I was like, right, there you go.
That was Monday morning at 9:30.
Doesn't matter.
Fantasy Ready.
When did that come out? What day does that come
Thursday.
out?
That's
You're
getting
a-
too close.
You are in hat territory, obviously.
Oh, look,
You're a bad
you
man.
said it. You said it.
Henry Hustwaite, with Nash on the sidelines, Hustwaite has made the most of his opportunity, scoring 87 and 74.
He has.
Melbourne gives up plenty.
Did I write that? Where was that?
You
That's
are.
in Fantasy Ready as well.
You've become
You-
unbelievable.
Oh, we're all innocent in here, boss. No, we're not.
People's Prince.
Oh,
I called it.
No wonder
I
you're
called the
gunning
death
for
of
that
the Prince.
top
hell
100.
yeah.
Anyway, thanks very much for tuning in. Go and read those articles and pick them to pieces.
Read mine.
Pick them to pieces.
Read mine.
And we'll be back on Thursday night for AFL Fantasy Live 6:15. You can be catching that. All right. Thanks, Tay, for helping us out today too. Got a producer in here,
yeah.
which is
Oh, it's
great.
been great.
And anyway, good luck for round 10 and
Happy trading.